Think you know Amsterdam? You've seen the leaning houses, the endless bikes, and of course the canals. These aren't just pretty backdrops, they're the city's foundation and lifeblood. Amsterdam is a city built on water, a bold move that turned a swamp into a global icon. Someone looked at marshland below sea level and thought, let's add more water, but make it work for us. The result? A stunning web of canals that shape the city's destiny. These waterways are more than Instagram material, they're the main characters in Amsterdam's story. They've witnessed everything from golden age trade to modern paddleboat chaos. Imagine pitching this today. Let's dig huge ditches, build our best homes on the edge, and get around by boat and bike. You'd be laughed out of the room, but in the 1600s, it was genius. Solving problems, fueling prosperity, and making a statement. The canals are the city's arteries, pulsing with history and life. We're about to explore how a muddy fishing village became a world icon, all thanks to ambitious digging. We'll see why the canals were needed, how they were built, and the wild stories they've inspired. Forget the cliches. Amsterdam's real story is written in water. It's about engineering, commerce, and yes, a lot of bikes ending up where they shouldn't. This is a city that turned its biggest challenge, water, into its greatest asset. That's not just clever, that's a power move. So, let's dive in. Figuratively, of course. Welcome to Amsterdam's watery world. Why did Amsterdam dig all those canals? It wasn't just for the views. In the 1600s, Amsterdam was booming, like Silicon Valley with more cheese and fewer tech bros. The city was crowded, built on swampy, flood-prone ground. Expansion meant fighting water, not just neighbors. The Dutch, masters of water management, needed more land and better drainage. Their solution: dig canals to drain the swamp, reclaim land, and create stable ground for building. The canals weren't just about survival, they were about thriving. They became the world's most efficient loading dock, letting goods from around the globe reach warehouses and homes by boat. Imagine your Amazon package delivered straight to your door by canal. The canals made Amsterdam a global trade hub, pumping wealth through the city. They were defense, expansion, and commerce rolled into one. This wasn't random digging, it was a master plan for a city built for the future. The canals turned a soggy problem into a strategic advantage. Practical, profitable, and bonus, beautiful. Amsterdam embraced the water and the city flourished. That's the Dutch way. Don't just fight the water, make it work for you. And that's how a swamp became a superpower. The plan was set. Now came the digging. This was no weekend project, it was the largest urban expansion of its time, taking decades and thousands of workers. The city's iconic canal belt, Singel, Herengracht, Keizersgracht, Prinsengracht, was designed like a dartboard, with the medieval center at its heart. The Herengracht became the address for the city's elite, while other canals housed merchants and artisans. Social status was mapped in bricks and water. Building on swampy ground meant driving thousands of wooden piles deep into the earth. Amsterdam is literally built on a forest of stilts. That's why some houses lean centuries of settling foundations. The project moved millions of cubic meters of earth, built hundreds of bridges, and installed locks to control water levels. It was a feat of engineering and vision. The result? The Grachtengordel, so unique it's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Amsterdam didn't just build a city, it built a masterpiece that's lasted 4 centuries. Every canal, bridge, and leaning house tells the story of ambition and ingenuity. The city's beauty is no accident. It's the product of bold planning and hard work. Amsterdam's canal belt is living history, still shaping the city today. That's the legacy of the 17th century construction boom. Living on a canal is anything but ordinary. Those tall, narrow houses, blame old tax laws, people built skinny to save money. Staircases are so tight, furniture gets hoisted up with hooks on the roof. Some houses even lean forward on purpose so your new sofa doesn't smash the windows on the way in. Bikes are everywhere. So many end up in the canals that the city fishes out thousands every year. It's become a running joke and a unique form of recycling. And then there are the houseboats. Once a post-war solution, now a coveted lifestyle. Around 2,500 houseboats line the canals, from rustic barges to modern floating homes. Living on water means ducks for neighbors and tourists peeking in your windows. It's quirky, practical, and pure Amsterdam. The canals aren't just scenery. They shape daily life in the most unexpected ways. That's canal culture. Inventive, a little odd, and totally charming. The canals connected everyone, not just the rich. Merchants built grand houses, but artisans, shipbuilders, and brewers filled the side streets and smaller canals. The water was their lifeline, moving goods, powering trades, and sometimes stinking up the city. Ferrymen, boatmen, and floating traders kept the city moving. Even milkmaids delivered fresh dairy by boat, Amsterdam's original grocery delivery. Today the cast has changed, but the canals still bring people together. From art galleries to cozy cafes, the spirit of connection remains. The canals are the city's stage, where daily life plays out as it has for centuries. The canals hide centuries of secrets beneath the surface. Dredging reveals everything from medieval swords to 1990s cell phones, a time capsule of city life. Archaeologists have found hundreds of thousands of artifacts, each telling a personal story. Legends swirl about secret tunnels, but the real history is even richer. During Watery's hunger winter, frozen canals became lifelines, and sometimes scenes of tragedy. Today, the water is cleaner than it's been in centuries. Fish, and even city swims have returned. The canals are a living archive, holding stories of survival, change, and renewal. They remind us that Amsterdam's history is always just below the surface. But maybe don't drink the water, just in case. In 2025, Amsterdam's canals are more than historic relics. They're the city's soul, backyard, playground, and escape for locals. On sunny days, the city flocks to the water, hanging out on bridges or cruising in small boats. The canals host iconic events from the Pride Parade to floating music festivals. They're still vital for water management and increasingly for sustainable transport. Electric boats now deliver packages and collect waste. The canals slow the city's pace, inviting you to wander, cross bridges, and see things differently. They're a UNESCO World Heritage Site because they're a living masterpiece of human creativity. Amsterdam's greatest monument isn't locked in a museum, it's open, alive, and for everyone. The canals are what make Amsterdam Amsterdam. They're a daily reminder of innovation, resilience, and the city's unique bond with water. And that's why they'll always be the heart of the city.